Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is a Lorraine 155mm51. It was designed in 1951. They didn't actually build it though. Unfortunately, just a prototype. This one's located on the northeast spawn of Arctic region, otherwise known as Mannerheim Line, and is under the command of Moose. But this replay is also from 2019, yes, as far back as April 2019. Which is why you can only see, well, you can see 2 marks on the barrel. I think he's still got 2 marks on the barrel on this one. Yep, I think he does. Okay, he's moved back, but he's not going very far. And he's looking for an enemy target. His reload time's around about 25 seconds. Now, there's no mods on this replay, so unfortunately we can't see all the extra information you normally see when I'm doing these videos. Oh, right, he's popped into Battle Assistant and he's found a Nudes. Rounds out. Oh, that was nice. 210, and Moose moved position to avoid the counter battery. Now, these 155mm rounds will actually do 750 alpha, and they've got a penetration of 45mm. Okay, next target, SU-130PM. Sitting up there on the heights, looking at our guys in the distance, rounds out. This is a very narrow shot. Oh, we got him! And the amazing thing is, on those SU-130PMs, the armor is so thin that he could probably penetrate that one. So he's probably done about 700 hit points of damage to that SU-130PM. So when we next see him, he's probably going to have absolutely no health left at all. Okay, leading shot on the IS-3A, rounds out, and... ooh, close, but no cigar on that occasion. I was about to say my old joke, actually. Close, but no Monica Lewinsky. I know a lot of you think that's a bit of a funny joke, that one. I thought it was funny when I first heard it, actually. Oh, does make me laugh, that one. Okay, rounds out the Scorpion. Direct hit! And he penned him. 795 hit points. That was a high roll. Yeah, these thin-skinned tank destroyers, they really can't take these shells. And again, that's another point. If you do see a thin-skinned tank destroyer, go for it, because you'll probably get a lot of damage from a shot. He's aiming for the P-44, but he doesn't know where he is. He does know now. Rounds out. Now, did he hit him or didn't he? He pulled away just before the shot landed, so we have no idea if he did or he didn't. And again, yes, I have to chastise my members whenever they send me a video where they pull away, because we miss out on seeing what actually happened. Okay, he's about to strike that Pantera, but the Tiger II comes into view. And, well, he thought he'd have the Tiger II instead. The shell landed between the Pantera and the Tiger II, so we got 88 hit points of damage, but it's the stun that's actually doing the best, because his teammates are firing rounds into those stunned tanks, and he's picking up the stun assist. And as you know, stun assist massively increases your XP at the end of the game. Rounds out the Pantera, just misses him, zips past him and lands some distance behind, so he missed out on that one. Tiger II now. He's at the forefront. He's got a lot of hit points and he's trying to side scrape on that corner. And if we can hit around into him, it's going to really upset his side scraping. Here we go. Line him up and rounds out. Oh no, it didn't work, that one. Again, that one, when he pulled in, the shell went past him and landed behind him. You can see the shell craters are behind him, so he avoided that one. Oh, and now we got a linked 6x6, and those pests are really a nuisance, but he's got to get past 2 other players on our team before he can get close to Moose. And Moose is thinking about putting a round into that Lynx, but the Lynx is going to kill himself if he goes over that cliff edge. This is back before team damage was taken out of the game. Oh, lovely hit on the Tiger II. Yes, this was back when you could do team damage. And of course, when if you ran into a rock or something, you could die. So it was quite fitting that somebody else took that Lynx out of the game. with a shot. And we can also see the Scorpion went out of the game with a shot as well. Okay, lining up a Pantera. Rounds out. Yes! Direct hit, but it didn't kill him. I'm surprised, but I think that's another case of wargaming giving these tanks another lease of life for a short period of time. Leave them on just one hit point and they have to fight the rest of the battle handicapped. Well, he's marked the target on the Tiger 2 and he's getting ready to shoot. Rounds out. This time he hits him. And he's killed him. 140. That means now Moose has got 1 kill. The thing is, we're 1 tank down on the enemy. And all we've got down south, all we did have down south was that T-34-2. And that LTTB skids to a U-turn quickly, get the hell out of there. But takes a round from Moose for 333. So that's a good shot there. But we're 2 tanks down on the enemy now. And I think Moose has failed to complete the mission on this occasion because he's got to cause 6 armor penetrating shots in a row in the first 4 minutes. And apparently he didn't do it in the first 4 minutes. So he's decided to move position and get into cover up here, because it looks like the enemy's going to be getting a little closer and he wants to be able to get shots on them, and he's going to be joined by the Scorpion. And he's decided, nope, if the Scorpion's firing from up there, I'm going to go down low. Yes, because the Scorpion will draw fire if he's firing from up there. So it's better for Moose not to be where the Scorpion is, otherwise the Scorpion's going to get hit by Arty rounds and Moose doesn't really need that attention. There is 1 Arty on the enemy team, it's an FV207. And the enemy's got 2 more tanks than us at the moment. More worrying, they've got a Defender, an IS-3A and a T-34-3. And I expect we'll see them very shortly. I'm a bit surprised that they haven't tried an attempt already. There's the LTTB, he's doing a bit of scouting. It kind of makes me think that the enemy is more than just timid, they are very inexperienced. Oh, now it's one of them, it's the IS-3A, and he just killed our T-69. Moose is changing position because he can't get an angle to shoot and kill that IS-3A. He might have to go further over to the right where his teammates are if he's going to get shot around that corner. He's also a bit exposed in the position he's in at the moment. Although the Borsig is sitting directly in front of him. I'm not sure if he knows that. He hasn't got a red line, so obviously the Borsig is not actually interrupting his field of fire. The shell would go over the top of the Borsig, but it can be a bit disconcerting for some tank destroyer players if an Arty parks behind them and starts shooting over the top of them, because you hear the shells outgoing as you're sitting there in a tank destroyer. You think, what the hell was that? And they're still reluctant to come up that pass. It kind of makes me think that they are inexperienced players. They just don't know how to do it. The IS-3A hasn't got much in the way of hit points, but the Defender, well, we haven't seen him for a long time. Also, one of the tank destroyers that's on the enemy team is that SU-130PM, and I'd really like to see how many hit points he actually has, but we will check that in the battle results at the end of the game. Moose is doing okay so far. 1,865 actual damage, 1,282 stun assist, and there's one on the enemy. It's a Jagdtiger 88, the premium one. He's dialing in. Lead the target, that's it. He's stopped. Rounds out. Yep, good hit. 198, but he's going to have to pull back a bit because... Or is he going to have to anymore? Because that Jagdtiger is on his last legs now. He hasn't got much left to live. And, well, he's a splash kill now. Moose is getting ready to give him the coup de grace. This will be final for him. Rounds out. Kill shot. 2 kills. As usual, Moose has repositioned to avoid counter battery. I'm very puzzled as to why that defender has not come up towards our cap area. And I can only gather that they are just so dreadfully inexperienced. They don't know what to do. Both of the heavy tanks are premium tanks. So maybe they're wallet warriors. You know, they just don't know how to drive them. Well, we did know that one of the mediums was over there sitting behind the rock. Or one of the mediums. I think it was the T-34-3, wasn't it? Or one of the heavies has turned up. I reckon that'll be the IS-3. It is, and he's gone. Didn't have enough hit points. He crossed the line, and the tank destroyers finished him off. It was a Scorpion G who took the kill, right from up high in that nest in the far northeast corner. We might need to consider actually making a move on the enemy cap soon. If they don't come to us, we go to them. Because as it is, we're running out of time. And another one's managed to turn up. Yes, it's the defender, and he's just killed the Carnarvon. And look at that, 1500 hit points. Yep, he's going to take some stopping. Moose has decided he needs to get more range between him and the target to get more hits onto the target. And here comes the defender again. The Charioteer is spotting for us, and so is the Scorpion. We just need to get this guy stunned. Rounds out. Direct hit into his side. 295. Good hit. And the Scorpion puts a whopping great hit into him for 563. Moose got the stun assist, and there goes the defender. He's out the game. The Borsig finished him off. And now we're only 1 tank down. We lost that Carnarvon. Yes, that was a bit of a problem. But now it's just 3 tank destroyers and an Arty against the medium. 2 tank destroyers, a light tank, which we know to be that LTTB. And he's very low on hit points as well. And the Arty. Well, there's the ISU 152. It's very surprising. They're all coming one at a time because it's making it easier. Oh, that shell landed short, but the Scorpion didn't miss. He's enjoying his sniper's nest. And that's the 2-minute warning. I would say now is the time to go because the enemy obviously doesn't have much in the way of hit points. The LTTB was very low. I think the SU-130PM must be very low. The FV-207 will be full health. And he's still firing. In fact, he's firing now at the Scorpion. And here comes the LTTB. And Moose has already hit him once. Lining up a shot. Trying to work out where he's going. And rounds out. Well, he didn't get a hit. But the guy has gone down. And there's the SU-130PM. And he's missing most of his hit points. So yes, I think Moose did get a penetrating shot on him. And the Borsig finishes him off. And now there's only 2 enemies left. The T-34-3 and the FV-207, and everyone's saying, right, let's go. Let's invade enemy territory. Let's take them out. Moose is inclined to go with them because he's an aggressive sort of player who likes the end game. He enjoys it. I'm very similar in the same vein because I believe that, you know, RTs at the end of the game, instead of sitting back at the cap, you can go aggressive and shotgun the enemy to death at close range. And if you can't shotgun them, ram them. Take them out of the game that way, especially if you've still got teammates available. And we found one. It's the T-34-3, and he was the one behind him, behind the rock. And Moose is, I think, going to try a shotgun. Oh, he doesn't need to worry because the Scorpion G finishes him off. That Scorpion G now has 4 kills, and there's the FV207. Moose is dialing in. The Scorpion will be going for a shot, and he gets it, and that wins the game. And Moose says, wow. Yes, I think so. Very aggressive at the end, but the game ends with just 4 seconds left on the clock. Would you believe that? That was a long one, but it was a very good one. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tanker for Moose and the Lorraine 155 Milli 51. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one, he managed to get 14. Gore's medal for doing more damage than 10 times, or in fact it was 8 times the hit points of your own vehicle. And he got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else in his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other teammates. As you can see, this replay was from 23rd of April 2019. Sorry Moose, it was in the queue for a very, very long time. Let's have a look at team scores. Well, he did actually get the highest damage in the game. No high caliber, but 3,194 hit points for Moose. And the next high scorer being that Scorpion, who was going around just annihilating everything, 2,999. And after that, it was the Lorraine 40 ton with 2,230. He didn't survive the game. When it came to kills, it was the Scorpion. Yes, he got 1/3 of the enemy team for his 5 kills. And then we've got Moose with 2 kills alongside the Borsig and the Carnarvon Action 10. And also 4 members of the enemy team, their T-34-3, their LTTB, their IS-3A, and their SU-130PM with 2 kills apiece. And when it came to base XP, yes, it was Moose on that one. 1,167 to him. Mostly because he got the stun assist off so many tanks, and 1029 to the Scorpion, and 939 went to the T69. Now there's one thing I did say I would do right at the end of the battle in the results to see exactly how much damage he did. Yes, look at that, he did penetrate that SU-130PM with that incredible shot that went between that narrow gap between the rocks. It hit the SU-130PM and penetrated him for 765 hit points. So if you do see one of those lightly skinned tank destroyers, go for them, because you can get a lot of damage. The Scorpion, by the way, he got him for 795 with a penetrating shot as well. So there you go. If you can see a lightly skinned tank destroyer, hit it, because it's worth more hit points to you. It's worth a lot of hit points, and that points means prizes in terms of credits and XP, so do strike them. And we'll finish off the rest of the details. So he fired 18 rounds, got 9 direct hits, 2 penetration, 11 splash, damage of 3,194 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters, damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 2, and did 2,901 hit points of stun assist off 11 stuns, and that's how he managed to get the ace tanker. On a premium count, he earned 58,200 credits, got 29,100 from personal reserve, and his total was 87,300. And after a resupply of ammunition, took away a profit of 67,140 credits for 1 game. 1,751 XP times 2 on this occasion, 876 from personal reserves and 10,000 from personal mission payout, so he took away 14,378 experience points altogether. And I think we can see why his Lorraine 155 Milli 51 is so good. Of course, his crews have been trained to perfection, and he's been playing them repeatedly for years, and that's why they are so good. So if you enjoyed that replay, and it was interesting, even though it was very long, and at one point it looked like, oh, it was definitely headed towards a draw, but no, he was determined they were going to win, and they did have the position. It was just the enemy was delaying and delaying and delaying. But it all worked out okay in the end, and they got their victory. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.